In the news this week, MPs grill the head of Ofsted over Sunday school checks, 2 public health groups call for the decriminalisation of drugs, and parents who were told their unborn child would be severely disabled share why they didn't contemplate abortion. Hello. Ofsted has backed away from its support for inspecting Sunday schools, but said it will do as the government asks. In January, Sir Michael Wilshaw backed plans for Sunday schools to be registered and inspected, but he rode back from that position in front of MPs from the Education Select Committee.
The government is seriously concerned about that and wants Sunday schools and wants madrasas and after-school clubs to be registered. That won't take a lot of time, and we will not be inspecting every one of them, but we will know that they exist. And if there are concerns, if whistleblowers do tell us that there's an issue, then we will go in and inspect.
In January, you suggested that Ofsted inspectors could inspect Sunday schools, which was contrary to the Prime Minister's statement on the matter. You said that where a young person attends a religious setting, this setting has to be registered and then can potentially be subject to inspection. Do you still stand by that comment?
Well, no, I don't stand by that comment. It was something I said on a radio programme. Yeah. It just seemed to me that if there was a concern about supplementary schools and after-school settings, then one could not identify one particular religious group.
The government has consulted on giving Ofsted legal power to investigate any setting in England that provides instruction to children for more than 6 to 8 hours in any week. The consultation closed in January, but the government is yet to respond. Scotland's largest teaching union has backed a motion calling for the workload, contractual and legal implications of the named person scheme to be investigated. Delegates at the Educational Institute of Scotland's annual general meeting asked its council to assess how the role of named persons will affect the workload of teachers. EIS council member John Swinburne said the scheme would lead to vast, expensive bureaucracy to no effect. It is a misguided, stupid, nonsensical piece of legislation, and who will pick up the tab for it? David Baxter, another council member, said there is a big black hole surrounding the provision of the named person scheme and warned of a huge potential for this to become yet another driver of excessive workload for teachers. The named person scheme will come into force in Scotland in August this year, subject to a legal challenge spearheaded by the Christian Institute. 2 public health organisations have called for the complete decriminalisation of drugs in the UK. The Faculty of Public Health and the Royal Society for Public Health claim that the government's war on drugs has not been successful. A new report backed by the groups claims criminal sanctions do not affect illegal drug use and undermine people's life chances. The report advocates the approach taken by Portugal, where people caught with illegal substances are not prosecuted but can be offered treatment instead. Head of Communications at the Christian Institute, Kieran Kelly, said the calls were irresponsible.
The people pushing for the legalisation of drugs in Britain are quite seriously out of touch. They produced a report which says that we should model our laws on those in Portugal, where cannabis was decriminalised and then use of cannabis went up, as you might expect. The majority of young people are against drugs liberalisation. The majority of older people are against drugs liberalisation because the public know that drugs devastate lives, and they know that drugs cost the country billions of pounds, and making access to these dangerous substances easier is highly irresponsible.
A spokesman for the Home Office said the UK's approach on drugs remains clear. We must prevent drug use in our communities and support people dependent on drugs through treatment and recovery. At the same time, we have to stop the supply of illegal drugs and tackle the organised crime behind the drugs trade. And finally, the parents of a little girl diagnosed with a rare birth defect and given a low chance of survival have shared why they didn't consider abortion. Jim and Charlotte Grote from North Dakota, USA, were told their daughter, Isabella, was unlikely to survive out of the womb, and that if she did, she would be severely disabled. At a 20-week scan, she was diagnosed with encephalocele, a condition which causes part of the brain to grow outside the skull. But Charlotte said, "Abortion was never an option for us. Even if I could spend just a few minutes with my little girl, I would be happy." Baby Isabella arrived 1 month early, and at 3 days old, doctors were able to operate and place the external part of the brain back inside her skull. She has just celebrated her 4th birthday, is walking, talking and loves going to school. The Christian Institute's Choose Life series includes the story of Bonnie and Phil Walker. Their baby girl Grace was born with serious health issues and only survived for 15 minutes outside the womb. But the couple say that it was 15 minutes of pure love.
With Grace, it wasn't the 15 minutes after she was born. The gift of life was the 7 months before that as well. She was part of our family at the beginning, and the whole family was part of that. We've seen it as a gift from God, and that gift wasn't for us to take away.
It was never the wrong choice, absolutely. The wrong choice would have been to take her away without ever having seen her face and known her.
To hear more about people who chose life, visit our Choose Life webpage. Well, that's all for this week. For regular updates and information on all of our stories, plus much more, visit our website at christian.org.uk. Until next time, goodbye.